Hey Pisces, I need to share something with you that just came through in this reading, and honestly, my hands are still a bit shaky as I shuffle these cards. So I laid out the spread for you, and the energy that came through was absolutely intense. We are talking about something dark, something that involves someone trying to work against you through some kind of ritual or spiritual manipulation. And the cards are showing me that this person's attempts are literally falling apart. Like their photo of you flew away during their ritual, and they are absolutely losing it right now. Let me get into what the cards are revealing, because this is wild. The first card that came through is Temperance. And this is fascinating because Temperance is about balance and divine intervention, but when I look at it in the context of what is happening around you, it is showing me that the universe is actively balancing out the negative energy that has been directed toward you. Someone has been trying to tip the scales against you, trying to disrupt your harmony, trying to throw your life into chaos through their dark practices. But Temperance is appearing here to show that divine forces are stepping in to restore balance and protect you. What I am seeing with this Temperance card is that there is someone who has been doing rituals against you, someone who has been trying to manipulate your energy and your path. They thought they could overpower your spirit. They thought they could bind you or curse you or control your destiny through their workings. But Temperance is revealing that there is a divine force that is moderating everything that comes toward you. It is like you have an angelic protection that filters out any negativity before it can reach you. This person has been sending all this dark energy your way, and it is being neutralized by higher powers before it can ever touch you. The energy of Temperance here is also showing me that this person's rituals are backfiring because they are going against natural divine order. When you work with darkness to harm someone who is protected by light, you are essentially working against the universe itself. That is a battle no one can win. This card is revealing that your life is meant to flow in a certain way. You are meant to experience certain blessings and growth, and no amount of interference from others can change what is divinely ordained for you. This person's attempts are like trying to stop a river with their bare hands. The water just flows around them and continues on its path, while they exhaust themselves trying to control something that is beyond their power. What is really powerful about Temperance showing up first is that it is telling me this person thought they could create imbalance in your life, but instead they are experiencing imbalance in their own life. Every bit of chaos they tried to send your way has been redirected back to them. Every attempt to throw you off balance has resulted in them losing their own footing. The universe is quite literally using their own energy against them, and they are starting to realize that something is very wrong with their workings when it comes to you. The second card that came through is the Hierophant in Pisces. This is so significant because the Hierophant represents spiritual authority, traditional practices, and divine law. What this card is revealing to me is that this person who has been working against you sees themselves as some kind of spiritual authority. They might run groups, they might teach others about magic or energy work. They might have positioned themselves as a leader in certain spiritual or occult circles. They have this ego about their spiritual power, and they genuinely believe they have the authority and ability to affect your life through their rituals. But here's what the Hierophant is really showing me. This person might think they are a spiritual authority, but they are working against divine law. True spiritual authority comes from alignment with higher powers, from working with light and love and divine will. This person is working with darkness, with manipulation, with malice, and that means they have no real authority at all. They are a pretender, someone who has learned some techniques and gathered some knowledge, but who fundamentally misunderstands the nature of real spiritual power. The Hierophant is revealing that this person has been conducting rituals and ceremonies against you. They have created altars with your photo on them. They have lit candles with your name carved into them. They have performed invocations and bindings and all sorts of ceremonial magic designed to control or harm you. They have done this with such confidence, such certainty, that their rituals would work because they have probably had success manipulating others in the past. But when it comes to you, everything is failing spectacularly, and they cannot understand why. What I am seeing with this Hierophant energy is that this person considers themselves a leader, possibly even the leader of their group or circle. The reference to them being a demonic leader is coming through strongly with this card. They might work with demonic entities or dark spirits. They might invoke lower vibrational energies in their practices, and they have convinced themselves and possibly others that they have authority over these forces. But the Hierophant is showing me that true spiritual law and true divine authority is protecting you, and their false authority has absolutely no power in the face of that. This card is also revealing that this person's failure with you is going to shake their entire identity. So much of who they think they are is tied up in being this powerful spiritual practitioner and leader. When their rituals against you not only fail but backfire dramatically, it is going to cause them to question everything. Their followers or students might start questioning them too. Their reputation in their circles is going to take a serious hit. The Hierophant represents structures and established systems, and this person's entire structure is about to crumble because it was built on a false foundation of ego and darkness rather than true spiritual alignment. The third card I pulled for you is the Two of Swords, and this card is showing me the moment of disruption during their ritual. The Two of Swords is about being at a crossroads, about decisions and stalemates, about being unable to move forward. When I look at this card in relation to what has been happening, it is showing me the exact moment when their ritual against you came to a grinding halt. They were in the middle of their working, they were calling on their dark entities, they had your photo right there on their altar, and then suddenly everything stopped. This is the moment when your photo flew away. The Two of Swords is showing me that this person was blindsided by what happened. They did not see it coming, they could not predict it, and they were frozen in shock when it occurred. One moment they were confident and in control of their ritual, and the next moment a force they could not explain had physically removed your photo from their working space. In ceremonial magic and ritual work, when your tools or materials are disrupted like this, it means the spirits are rejecting your work. It means the universe is saying no. It means what you are trying to do is not going to be allowed to happen. What I am seeing with the Two of Swords is that this person was faced with a decision in that moment. They could take the sign for what it was and stop trying to work against you. Or they could convince themselves it was just a coincidence and keep trying. Unfortunately for them, their ego and their obsession won out, and they chose to keep trying. But that moment when your photo flew away, that was their warning. That was the universe giving them a chance to back off before consequences started rolling in. They did not take that chance, and now they are paying the price. The Two of Swords is also showing me that this person is now stuck. They are in a stalemate with forces they cannot overcome. They want to affect you, but they cannot. They want to prove their power, but they are powerless against your protection. They are caught between their ego, telling them to keep trying, and their growing fear telling them to stop. They are paralyzed by the realization that they have encountered someone they cannot touch, and it is destroying their sense of their own abilities and authority. The fourth card that came through is the Ace of Swords in Pisces. This is the card of truth cutting through illusion, of mental clarity, of breakthrough understanding. What this card is revealing is that the truth about this person and their attempts against you is about to be exposed. The Ace of Swords cuts through lies and deception and brings everything into the light. This person has been working in the shadows, doing their rituals in secret, probably bad-mouthing you to others while pretending to be spiritual and enlightened publicly. But that facade is about to be shattered. What I am seeing with the Ace of Swords is that clarity is coming, not just for this person, but for everyone around them. People who have been fooled by their act are going to start seeing them for who they really are. The truth about their character, about their practices, about their failures, is going to come to light. This could happen through someone speaking up about what they have witnessed, through their own behavior becoming increasingly erratic and exposing them, or simply through the energy shifting in a way that makes their darkness visible to those who have eyes to see. The Ace of Swords is also showing me that you are gaining clarity about this situation. You might have sensed that someone was working against you energetically, but now you are getting confirmation. You might have felt off or heavy, or like someone was thinking about you obsessively, and now you understand why. This clarity is empowering because it allows you to consciously reinforce your protection and to cut any cords that might have been trying to attach to you from this person's rituals. What is powerful about this Ace of Swords energy is that it represents a new beginning in mental and spiritual clarity. You are entering a phase where you are going to be much more discerning about who you allow into your space and your life. You are going to have a clearer sense of when someone's energy is off or when someone has ulterior motives. You are going to trust your intuition more and question things that do not feel right. This is a gift that is emerging from this situation, the gift of enhanced perception and the ability to cut through nonsense and see truth clearly. The fifth card that came through is the King of Cups, and this is fascinating because this card is showing me the facade that this person presents to the world. The King of Cups is emotionally mature, compassionate, spiritually attuned, someone who has mastered their emotions and uses their intuitive gifts to help others. This is how this person wants to be seen. This is the image they have carefully crafted. They present themselves as this wise, spiritual, emotionally intelligent person who is there to guide others and help them on their path. But the King of Cups appearing in this reading is showing me the contrast between who this person pretends to be and who they actually are. They talk about love and compassion, but they are working curses in the dark. They present themselves as spiritually evolved, but they are consumed by jealousy and malice toward you. They position themselves as a healer or guide, but they are trying to harm someone who has done nothing to them, except maybe see through their act, or reject their advances, or simply exist in a way that triggers their insecurity. What I am seeing with this King of Cups is that this person might have even approached you at some point with this caring, spiritual persona. They might have offered to help you or guide you or do some kind of energy work for you. They might have presented themselves as someone you could trust, someone who had your best interests at heart. But underneath that mask was someone who wanted to control you, to bind you to them, or to tear you down because they saw you as competition, or because you refused to fall under their influence. The King of Cups is also revealing that this person's emotional control is slipping. They have been so good at maintaining their image, at keeping their dark side hidden from the world. But the stress of their failures with you is causing cracks in their facade. People who know them might be noticing that they seem off lately, that they are more irritable or erratic, that the mask is slipping. The calm, collected, spiritually mature image they have worked so hard to maintain is starting to crumble, and their true nature is starting to show through. The sixth card I pulled is the Eight of Swords in Pisces. This card is showing me the trap that this person has created for themselves. The Eight of Swords is about being bound, being restricted, feeling trapped by circumstances that often are self-created. This person thought they were going to trap you with their rituals and bindings, but instead, they have trapped themselves. Every ritual they performed against you, every bit of negative energy they sent your way, every curse or hex or binding they attempted has created energetic chains around them because all of that energy had nowhere to go when it hit your protection and it all came back to them. What I am seeing with the Eight of Swords is that this person now feels completely stuck. They are bound by their own malice, trapped by their own darkness. They cannot move forward in their life because they are so consumed with trying to affect you. They cannot let go of their obsession with controlling or harming you, even though it is clear that nothing they do is working. They are like someone who keeps banging their head against a wall, expecting a different result each time and only succeeding in hurting themselves over and over again. The Eight of Swords is also showing me that this person feels mentally trapped right now. They are experiencing anxiety, paranoia, racing thoughts, inability to sleep. They are constantly thinking about why their rituals against you are not working. They are questioning their abilities, their knowledge, their power. They are scared of the consequences they might face for their failed attempts. They are worried that the dark entities they have been invoking are angry with them for wasting their time. Their mind is a prison right now, and they cannot find a way out because they refuse to take responsibility for their actions and simply stop trying to harm you. What is interesting about the Eight of Swords is that the person in the card is usually blindfolded, showing that they cannot see the way out even though it is right there. This person is so blinded by their ego and their obsession that they cannot see the obvious solution, which is to leave you alone and focus on their own life. They could free themselves from this trap at any time by simply stopping their attacks against you and doing the inner work to heal whatever darkness is consuming them. But their pride will not let them admit defeat, and their malice will not let them release their grudge against you, so they remain trapped in a hell of their own making. The seventh card that came through is the Nine of Swords, and this is showing me the absolute terror that this person is experiencing right now. The Nine of Swords is the card of nightmares, anxiety, fear, mental anguish. This person is not sleeping well because when they close their eyes, they are haunted by the failures of their rituals. They are experiencing fear like they have never felt before because they are realizing that they have been messing with forces beyond their understanding and now they are facing consequences. What I am seeing with the Nine of Swords is that this person is having literal nightmares about what they have done and what might happen to them as a result. In their dreams, they might be seeing the spirits or entities they tried to invoke against you turning on them instead. They might be experiencing sleep paralysis or feeling presences in their room at night. They might be waking up in cold sweats with a feeling of dread they cannot shake. This is the universe showing them that actions have consequences and that trying to harm someone under divine protection brings serious karmic repercussions. The Nine of Swords is also revealing the mental torment this person is going through. During the day, they might be trying to maintain their composure and their image, but at night, when they are alone with their thoughts, they are falling apart. They are replaying the moment when your photo flew away during their ritual over and over in their mind. They are analyzing every sign and symbol, trying to understand why nothing works against you. They are consumed with worry about what is going to happen next, what other failures they might face, whether their reputation will be destroyed, whether the darkness they have been playing with will turn on them completely. What is powerful about this card is that it shows this person is being forced to confront the reality of what they have been doing. They can no longer hide from the truth that they have been working with dark energies to harm an innocent person. They can no longer avoid the knowledge that they are not nearly as powerful as they thought they were. They can no longer escape the fear that comes with realizing you have opened doors to darkness that you might not be able to close. The Nine of Swords is their current reality, and it is exactly what they have earned through their actions. The eighth card that came through for you is the Hermit and Pisces. This is such a beautiful contrast to what that other person is experiencing. While they are trapped in the Eight of Swords and tormented by the Nine of Swords, you are being represented by the Hermit, which is about inner wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, divine guidance, and walking your own path with integrity. This card is showing me that you are someone who has done the inner work, someone who has sought truth and light, someone who lives with authenticity and follows their own inner guidance, rather than trying to control or manipulate others. The Hermit is revealing why you are so protected. You have a pure heart and a genuine spirit. You are not someone who goes around trying to harm others or manipulate situations for your benefit. You live your life trying to do the right thing, trying to grow and evolve, trying to be a light in the world even when it is difficult. That authenticity and that genuine goodness creates a natural shield around you that darkness cannot penetrate. You do not even have to consciously create protection because your very essence repels negativity. What I am seeing with the Hermit is that you have spiritual wisdom and connection that this other person lacks. They might have knowledge of rituals and techniques, but you have actual connection to divine guidance. You might not even realize how spiritually connected you are, but your guides and ancestors are constantly with you, constantly protecting you, constantly leading you on your path. The hermit walks with a lantern that represents inner light and divine illumination, and that is exactly what you carry with you everywhere you go. The hermit is also showing me that you have been on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. You have spent time in introspection. You have done shadow work. You have healed your wounds rather than projecting them onto others. That inner work has strengthened you in ways that are invisible, but incredibly powerful. While this other person has been wasting their energy trying to tear you down, you have been building yourself up from the inside out and creating a foundation that cannot be shaken by external attacks. The ninth card that came through is the Four of Cups, and this is showing me your emotional state and your response to what has been happening. The Four of Cups often represents someone who is in contemplation, someone who is not particularly moved by external offerings or attempts to engage them. In the context of this reading, it is showing me that on some level, you have been aware that someone has been trying to get your attention or affect you, but you have not been giving them your energy. What I am seeing with the Four of Cups is that this person has been desperate for you to notice them, to react to them, to be affected by their attempts. But you have been in your own world, focused on your own path, not giving them the satisfaction of your attention or emotional reaction. This has probably driven them crazy, because people who try to manipulate or harm others often feed off of the reaction and the emotional energy they can extract from their target. But you have not been giving them anything to feed on. And that starvation of attention has made their obsession even worse, while simultaneously weakening their ability to affect you. The Four of Cups is also showing me that you might have had intuitive hits or gut feelings about this person or about negative energy around you, but you have not let it consume you or change your focus. You have acknowledged those feelings and then returned your attention to what matters, which is your own growth and your own life. This emotional detachment from their attempts is actually one of your strongest forms of protection, because energy flows where attention goes, and you have not been feeding this situation with your attention or concern. What is beautiful about the Four of Cups in this position is that it shows you are not someone who gets easily pulled into drama or darkness. You have boundaries, you have discernment, you have the ability to stay centered in yourself even when there is chaos or negativity around you. This person has been trying everything to get under your skin, to affect your peace, to make you think about them or worry about them, and you have simply refused to play that game. Your indifference to their attempts is more damaging to them than any retaliation could ever be. The 10th and final card is the Four of Wands in Pisces. This card is showing me your future, and it is absolutely beautiful. The Four of Wands is about celebration, stability, harmony, reaching milestones, building strong foundations, and experiencing joy and peace in your life. While this person has been trying to tear down your life with their rituals, you are actually building something wonderful. While they have been consumed with darkness and malice, you are moving into a phase of light and blessings. What I am seeing with the Four of Wands is that you are about to experience, or you are already experiencing, a period of stability and happiness that this person wanted to prevent. Maybe this is related to your home, your relationships, your career, your creative projects, or your spiritual path. Whatever area of your life this touches, the Four of Wands is saying that you are creating something solid and beautiful that is going to bring you genuine joy and fulfillment. The Four of Wands is also a card of celebration and community. It is showing me that you are surrounded by people who genuinely love and support you. You have real connections with others based on authenticity and mutual respect, not manipulation or control. While this person has been working in the shadows trying to harm you, you have been building genuine relationships and community in the light. The contrast between their isolation and your connection, between their misery and your joy, is going to become increasingly obvious. What is most powerful about the Four of Wands appearing as your final card is that it represents victory and achievement. This person tried to curse your success, but you are succeeding anyway. They tried to bind your happiness, but you are happy anyway. They tried to destroy your peace, but you are peaceful anyway. The Four of Wands is the universe showing you that nothing and no one can stop what is meant for you. Your blessings are divine, and they are coming to you regardless of what darkness others try to send your way. This card is also showing me that you are going to have reasons to celebrate soon. Things you have been working toward are going to come to fruition. Goals you have been pursuing are going to be achieved. The life you have been building is going to reach a point of beautiful stability and joy. And the best part is that this person who tried so hard to prevent your happiness is going to have to witness it. They are going to see you thriving and celebrating and living your best life while they are stuck dealing with the consequences of their own negativity and malice. That is the ultimate karma right there. So Pisces, let me bring all of this together for you, because there was so much that came through in these 10 cards. Someone who sees themselves as a spiritual authority or leader in dark practices has been working rituals against you. They have been conducting ceremonies with your photo, trying to bind you or curse you or control your path. During one of their rituals, your photo literally flew away, which is a clear rejection from the spiritual realm and a sign that you are protected and their magic cannot touch you. This person is represented by the Hierophant, showing their inflated sense of spiritual authority, and the King of Cups, showing the false image of compassion and wisdom they present to the world. But the reality is, they are trapped in their own darkness, as shown by the Eight of Swords, and tormented by fear and anxiety, as shown by the Nine of Swords. Their rituals hit a complete stalemate with the Two of Swords when your photo flew away, and now truth is cutting through their illusions, as shown by the Ace of Swords. Meanwhile, you are protected by divine balance through temperance. You walk your path with integrity and inner wisdom, as shown by the Hermit. You remain emotionally detached from their attempts, as shown by the Four of Cups, and you are moving into celebration and stability, as shown by the Four of Wands. This person's attempts to destroy you have completely backfired, and you are thriving while they are falling apart. The cards are making it very clear that you have nothing to fear from this person or their dark practices. You are protected by forces far greater than their understanding. Your path is blessed and guided by divine will, and no amount of interference from others can change what is meant for you. This person is learning a very harsh lesson about what happens when you try to work against someone who is genuinely protected by light and love and higher powers. Keep being yourself, Pisces. Keep walking your path with integrity. Keep trusting in the protection and guidance that surrounds you. This situation is being handled by the universe and by your spiritual team. Your job is simply to focus on your own blessings and your own growth and let karma take care of those who wish you harm.